Sylux, probably the most popular bounty hunter in Metroid, obviously second to Samus Aran. Almost nothing is known about Sylux. Hell, people even debate if he is even human. This is a theory that I am proposing, and I am willing to receive criticism. It might be right in some form, or be completely ridiculous. Here we go. So what do we know about Sylux? Well, Sylux hates the Galactic Federation and hates Samus for working with them. Okay, let's go into more detail. Sylux has Galactic Federation technology and knowledge about their inner workings, as shown at the ending of Metroid Prime Federation Force. Sylux's personal gunship is known as the Delano 7, a prototype Galactic Federation strike fighter. This has been confirmed to be the ship seen at the end of Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. Sylux also has some type of Galactic Federation power suit. This is more akin to Samus's very own, as opposed to the standard Galactic Federation trooper suit. It is safe to assume that this is a prototype power suit developed by the Galactic Federation, much like the Delano 7. This power suit also has the ability to shapeshift into the Lockjaw form. This ability shares many similar traits to Samus's Morph Ball in the sense that the user, being Sylux, turns into a ball of energy at the core of the ability. Lockjaw also has the ability to deploy bombs akin to Samus's Morph Ball bomb, though these can be linked like a tripwire to detonate 3 at once. Another point to bring up, though admittedly I'm unsure about this, but the Lockjaw can climb vertical walls, much like Samus's Spider Ball ability. Finally, in terms of Sylux's abilities, the Shock Coil. This is Sylux's trademark weapon, locking onto targets and draining energy while replenishing his own. This is also a Galactic Federation prototype weapon. This will be looked into in more detail later on, but keep a note of the icon Shock Coil has. Okay, so this is practically everything we know about Sylux. We don't know where he comes from, who he really is, or even if he really is human. However, this theory will break down everything about Sylux and his history, and possibly some points that will be involved in Metroid Prime 4's story. So let's get the first thing out of the way. It is incredibly likely that Sylux is a human male for several reasons. His body type, and just by looking at him in general. He has an incredibly human male-like build, he possesses human hands which are easily seen. Aside from appearance, this is logical in the sense that the Galactic Federation is mostly, if not completely, comprised of humans, so it would not make sense to make a suit for an alien species when everyone in the organization is human. People may point out his roar during the start of Metroid Prime Hunter's intro cutscene. I believe this is more of a shout of anger, and come on, it's a stock sound effect heard in many other forms of entertainment, so it is an invalid point really. Okay, now this is where it is really going into the realm of theory. I believe Sylux is an experiment that went horribly wrong to the point of him escaping. Let me explain. Samus has incredible powers, abilities, and skills that, given how the Federation seems to have a lust for biological weapons, or weapons of mass destruction in general, would be incredibly appealing to the Galactic Federation to try and replicate. From Metroid Prime, we can see the Space Pirates attempting to do similar experiments, with zero success, especially with the Morph Ball ability. However, the Galactic Federation somewhat possess an infinite number of resources, workers, equipment, and they also have the perfect candidate to study from a lot of the time, Samus. This would also explain the number of contracts they give her to study her and her powers. Once gaining enough knowledge, the Federation attempt to replicate Samus and her power suit, Morph Ball, and her other upgrades. The Federation take a human male. This person could be someone we've known previously or someone completely new, though I am leaning toward the latter, and perform experiments on him against his will. This is Sylux that they are experimenting on. Replicating Samus's physique and genetics as best the Federation can, and they are quite successful. So once this has been locked down, the Federation design a power suit akin to Samus's own and develop it around Sylux where they test him and monitor him. giving him familiarity with the suit and technology, secretly planning his escape all the while. Sylux would go on to perform incredibly well to the point Federation developed an alternate form for the power suit, the Lockjaw. After an extensive amount of time, they get it right and the tests that the space pirates failed succeed with the Federation. To give Sylux a weapon, they develop the shock coil. Notice the icon for it. Now look at the logo of the Metroid franchise. The shock coil icon is a mirrored likeness to the logo, just slightly changed, though it is still a remarkable similarity. Tests still go on, and after a time, Sylux has cracked the security system codes of the Federation lab or wherever they experimented him in, spots the Delano 7, which given everything so far has been a prototype or specifically made for him, makes sense to appear. Then, Sylux breaks loose, having obtained the power suit and all the upgrades that were provided to it. Sylux steals the Delano 7 and escapes, and due to his knowledge of the Federation technology and software, he would be able to use the Delano 7 easily as well as infiltrate the Federation base as shown in Federation Force without issue. That is my theory on Sylux's backstory. This would explain a number of things, such as hating the Federation for experimenting on him, hating Samus for being the reasoning behind his torture and working with the Federation, the similarities Samus and Sylux share, power suit, morphing, where he got his equipment from, how he can easily navigate Federation areas without being detected. Also, in terms of design, as described earlier, the shock coil icon is similar to the franchise's logo, though this applies to the middle of the three shapes, which can be seen as Samus's icon, in a way. Also, the shock coil color is blue, like Sylux. This could be why the Metroid Prime 4 trailer showed so much blue, especially the blue Metroid logo, a shock coil reference. The ability to turn into an energy core, like Samus when she turns into the morph ball. Just Sylux's suit alone just looks like something that would have been inspired by Samus's power suit design, especially the green lights and the large shoulders. As far as I'm concerned, this is likely the deal with Sylux. He seems to be pushed as a contrast or opposite to Samus, and being made in her likeness emphasizes that greatly. Also, someone, not sure who, suggested that the events of Metroid Prime 4 will follow on from the ending of Federation Force, which of course shows Sylux obtaining a Metroid. Could this spark the events of Metroid 2? It's looking somewhat likely, though this isn't concrete at this very moment. Tell me what you guys think, and thank you for watching this, and again, any criticism is welcome. I personally love this theory as every bit of evidence seems to point to this, and it would make Sylux way more interesting to me and would make me feel a bit bad for him. Just a little note about Sylux being someone we've seen before or someone completely new. Sylux might not be someone like Ian Malkovich or even Samus's brother as some have proposed, but just a new person that is Sylux instead.